Good day, everyone. Today, we are going to talk about urban planning and regional planning. What is urban planning? Urban planning is concerned with ordering and design of settlements from the smallest town to the world's largest cities. Urban city or town planning is the discipline of land use planning which deals with the physical, social, and economic development of metropolitan regions. In other words, urban planning is focused on the development and design of land use and built environment, including air, water, and the infrastructure passing into and out of urban areas. Planning and aesthetics. Successful urban planning considers character of home and sense of place, local identity, respect for natural and historic heritage, an understanding of the urban green or townscape, pedestrians, and other modes of traffic, utilizes and natural hazards such as flood zones. What is cell or urban cells? Cells are key to establishing success of neighborhoods. Some of the most successful planned cities consist of cells that include park space, commerce and housing, and then repeat the cell. Usually cells are separated by streets. Planning and safety. Urban planners must consider the threats for natural hazards, extreme weather, flood, or other emergencies can often be mitigated with secure emergency evacuation and emergency operation centers. In recent years, practitioners have also been expected to minimize the accessibility of an area to people with different abilities, practicing the notion of inclusive design to anticipate criminal behavior and consequently to design out crime, and to consider the traffic calming or pedestrianization as ways of making urban life more pleasant. Planning and reconstruction. Areas devastated by war or invasion represent a unique challenge to urban planners. A successful urban planning should have contingency plans for these kinds of situations. The area of development is not one for simple modification, nor it is a blank state. Buildings, roads, services, and basic infrastructure like power, water, and sewage are often severely compromised. Problem of population and historic areas and religious or social centers are also need to be preserved. Planning and transport. There is a direct, well-researched connection between the density of an urban environment and the need to travel within it. Good quality transport followed by development. Development beyond a certain density can quickly overcrowd transport. It may involve having to think about the accessibility of the urban community in terms of transport. Planning and suburbanization. Successful urban planning supported regional planning can bring benefits to a much larger hinterland and city region and help reduce both congestion along transport routes and the wasted of energy by excessive commuting. The aspect of suburbanization must take consideration of the population change of the urban community. Planning in the environment. The environment is one of the most important things to consider during urban planning. Environmental protection and conservation are of utmost importance to many planning systems across the world. Not only are the specific effects of development to be mitigated, but attempts are to minimize the overall effect of development on the local and global environment. Actors in the planning process. Community organizers and social workers are now very involved in planning from the grassroots level. Developers, too, have played huge roles in influencing the way development occurs, particularly through project-based planning. These are the persons who guide the planning process in order to produce the best outcome for the community. Land use planning. It is the term used for a branch of public policy which encompasses various disciplines which seek to order and regulate the use of land in an efficient way. What are the functions of land use planning? In most developed countries, land use planning is an important part of social policy, ensuring that land is used efficiently for the benefit of the wider economy and the population as well as to protect the environment. Land use planning encompasses the following discipline: architecture, environmental planning, landscape architecture, regional planning, spatial planning, transportation planning, urban design, urban planning, urban renaissance, and urban renewal. What is regional planning? Regional planning is basically urban planning but on a much larger scale and have more factors to be considered. Regional planning is a branch of land use planning and deals with the efficient placement of land use activities, infrastructure, and settlement growth across a significantly larger area of land than an individual city or town. Regions requires various land uses: protection of farmland, cities, industrial space, transportation hubs and infrastructure, military bases, and wilderness. Regional planning is the science of efficient placement of infrastructure and zoning for the sustainable growth of a region. That's all for urban planning and regional planning. Thank you and good day.